Look, everyone, we have guests.
Hello, my name is Joel Engelberth, and this is the Flip N Out YouTube channel. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. Feel free to check us out live every Wednesday night. My brother and I stream every Wednesday night from 10 to midnight. And recently, we've been borrowing this. This is Barrels of Fun's latest game. Very limited game. This is Winchester Mystery House. There's only 500-something of these made. And this is relic number 1. This is the very first game produced. Zach had it at Chicago Pinball Expo. A bunch of people played it there. And then Barrels of Fun went over the game and ended up sending it back to Zach. And Zach gave it to us so we could stream it. So very early on in production, very early on in code. But the goal with this tutorial was just to give you a baseline, a solid idea of what's in the game. We've streamed this twice. If you watch the first stream, you'll see like a real reaction to Jared and I, exploring this game for the first time, being surprised by a lot of different aspects of the game, loving every minute of it. And then the second stream we did actually had Carl D'Angelo, the guy who invented and designed this entire game. He was on the stream with us and helped design or explain all the rules and all the things that we missed. So first and foremost, Carl, fantastic job. This game's awesome. Second, I apologize for everything that I say wrong during this tutorial or miss out or leave out. So Carl, feel free to correct anything and everything below in the comments. That's what they're there for. But huge shout out for Zach and Nicole for letting us borrow this and streaming it and having a great time. Yeah, let's dive in where I normally begin, which is shots and layout. This alone is going to be a challenge. So, in lane, out lane on both sides, nothing crazy there. There is a physical ball return over here on the left. Another thing I'm going to show off when I start the game is the apron itself has lights. So down here in this region, it'll actually shine player 1. Well, I can show it right here. So player 1, and then it'll say ball down here, ball 1. So even down here below, down here in this area, it'll like change and act as a timer counting down, which is just a really cool effect that they built into the game, which is kind of nice. So to continue with the layout here, oh boy, okay, there is a captive ball right here. You're going to use that to do a bunch of different effects that I will explain. Then you have the left ramp. You can backhand the left ramp, and that'll feed all the way back down to the left flipper. Otherwise, you go at it from the right ramp. Then you have the Seance room or the Seance table. There are 3 inline drop targets that you're going to hit down. And once you do that, the ball will go back here. Then it'll kick up here. And then it actually locks right there. So very cool mech. There are times where you're going to hit the captive ball and it'll drop all 3 targets. And that'll be an easy way to get a ball locked up there. Very, very, very cool mech. Then there's 3 drop targets here from the side. So the plunge is really what you're going to be shooting for there, trying to hit one of those 3 targets, which is pretty neat. Then you have this upper left ramp, which you're going to hit with the upper right flipper. Most of the time, it's going to feed down this really cool wavy wire form, feed the right flipper. But there are times that is the door to nowhere where there's a diverter back here and the ball will actually drop down. One thing you can't tell is there's an orbit or there's a path that goes all the way behind all that and it'll feed the left flipper. And so there is a few instances so far in the game that'll do that. And now the fun begins. All the stuff that's up here. There are 3 drop targets that'll be used to spell key. That's how you'll unlock all the different rooms. There is a target, a very important target if you care about it. Right there, that is the playfield multiplier target, which you're going to have to hit from that upper right flipper. There is an upper left flipper here. And so there are most times when you flip with this flipper, there's a loop that you can do over and over and over again, or sometimes it'll divert and then come down the left side. There are other times where that path isn't there, and you're asking, what are you talking about? What do you mean the path isn't there? This entire thing back here is a big turntable. So that entire section back there will turn and change the ball paths. And I'll try to illustrate that or explain that, and that's what makes this game absurd. There are essentially 3 entrances in the front, so you kind of always have an entrance here, and always here. And depending on what is going on with the ball path, the ball will do something different. So right now, this thing's down, which the tower will go back up when I hit start. But like right now, the ball path will go back, hit a target, and come back down. There's other times where the ball path will do that. There are other times that the ball path will do that. It all depends on where the turntable is at any given moment, which is ridiculous and amazing. If you look over here, we have a Pepper's Ghost situation with a mirror. There's a magnet, so the ball will be stuck or held back here multiple times, and we'll drop the ball down to the flipper or stop the ball for different moments. So that's a really cool thing to look at. Right now, there's a scoop there. Other times, that'll be like a horseshoe, so I'll try to explain it as we go. Target-wise, there's the, what is it? Annunciator. There's a target there that you're going to hit a lot, and that's how you call spirits. There are 5 instrument targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and which one am I missing? Right here, 5. There are 5 instrument targets around there. You're going to use those to allow you to drop targets or light the ability to drop targets. We're gonna go through that, and you'll use those targets in different points in the mode. There's the far right orbit shot. It's a very important shot that is consistent. It's going to go back here and feed that magnet, or it might go all the way around and feed the left flipper. You have this upper right flipper, which I was talking about, with some important shots there that you're going to have to get dialed in and loop. And then you have this right ramp. Most of the time, the right ramp is the best way to feed that upper right flipper. That's the best, most consistent way to do that. But, of course, there's a diverter here. So there are certain times where that diverter will go down, allowing the ball to go all the way back and then fall behind that tower right now that is currently down. I think that was most of it. Oh, then there's another important target right here, the help target. The help target, I'll explain, that's a way to get help during modes. If you hit that target, it'll call a ghost, and the ghost will slowly come, and when it gets to the room that you're in, that's when it will give you one of the shots that you need for that room. Yeah, and then you have the plunge. You have the plunge. So I think that's most of it. There's a spinner here, which is awesome. I don't know. That's a lot of the mechs, but hopefully when I explain the gameplay here, it'll make a little more sense. So let's go ahead and hit start. Okay, so let's look right here. We have a map. We have a map to the hotel or the house. Right now we have the Venetian dining room lit, which is yellow, the kitchen, which is blue, and the twin dining rooms, which is red. If you look up here, we have red, yellow, and blue lights shot, or lit. So depending on which light you hit is what room you're going to, because right now you're starting in the foyer. So if I want to play twin dining rooms, I want to hit the red shot. Red, hit red. That'll start me down the path to the twin dining rooms. Otherwise, you have a key. If you look right here, you start with one key. I can hit the action button, and that will unlock another room. So I now have 0 keys. What did it unlock? It unlocked the basement. So if I want to go towards the basement, the green room, I need to hit the green shot. So you can be consistent with how you play the game or how you navigate around the playfield. If you look right here, you can see that it is scrolling the skill shot. So max, advance, or points. So depending on what you see right here, that's the thing you're going to get. So let's see if I can got it. So I just got one of the skill shots. So now that I'm in it, let's figure out which room I want to go to. Let's try going towards the red room. So I'm going to hit the red shot. That locks me in the path of going towards the red room. While I'm doing this, though, I have these white shots, and these white shots are just building up the value of the mode when I get there. See how my light is slowly getting towards that? Let's keep hitting some white shots there. I have a spiderweb award, so the ball is going to stop. You can see it back there. So I'm just building up the value of this. And then once I get to the room, now you can see that my shots are lit red. So any of those 3 shots will start that mode. What I can do instead, though, if I really don't want to play that mode, if I hit key down, all 3 of those key targets, that'll give me another key. So you can see I have a key here. What I can do is I can hit the button and say, I don't want that room. I want to go to another room. So now I'm actually going towards the Seance room. So you can like work your way around the house. Let me spell key again so I'll have another room. So when I get to the Seance room here, this is something where it's like, how much do you want to build your points? How much do you want to walk around the house? So that's something that Carl said, like, so now I'm at all green, so I could go to the seance room, or I could say, you know what, I want to go towards the kitchen, or you can hit the left ramp, and if you have other rooms open, it'll change it. But otherwise, if I say, yep, I want to go to the kitchen, you just hit the button. So I started here, I walked there, now I'm going to the kitchen. Now if you're saying, hey, the heck with this, I don't want to actually build up my value, you can push and hold the button, and you'll just sprint. That's the way I look at it. You sprint towards the room. So you see how all my shots now are blue. I'm going to go ahead and hit a blue shot, and that'll start my mode. So I'm going to actually start the kitchen mode. There we go. The Hungering Flame. Shoot the red shot to distract, then shoot blue shots to extinguish the oven. So the blue shots are what you need to hit. So start... The shot number 1 is the red one. So this is a multi-ball. And while this is going on, I need to hit all the blue shots. So if you hit... Trying to get that upper... Oh, this is a jackpot shot because I've hit that right ramp so many times. See how it goes behind? So I need to get the blue shots lit. I have to distract her, so I have to hit the red shot again. That'll relight the blue shots. Remember, this is a multi-ball, so this would be pretty chaotic. There's a blue shot. Here will be a blue shot. Come on. Nope, that wasn't enough. There we go. And then let's hit the red shot. Come on. I'm trying. There we go. I need to get the blue shot again. Oh, I missed my button. Come on. There it is. And come on. There we go. Once you do all that, now because it's still 2 balls, I need to hit this shot to get rid of the ball. Come on. So you need to do that while in a multi-ball. That'll lock that ball up. And then do it again. And that's how you would beat the mode, which is kind of nuts. So that'll get you back down to 1 ball play. So very unique mode. So that room, the kitchen is done. So now I'm back in the same place. Which direction? Where do I want to go? Let's go Venetian. So I'm going to hit the yellow light. I keep hitting the annunciator. The question is, what does that do? If you look in the upper right, there's this thing, this 13. And one of the 13s that we have to do is summons. So to summon something, you hit the annunciator. That'll light a shot green, and if you notice, it keeps moving around the playfield. I don't want to do green. I want to do... Let's get it to a safe spot. There we go. And now if I did that, I just summoned 1 ghost. So it's kind of a hit the annunciator, then hit the flashing green light. If you do that 13 times, that's how you'll qualify the 13 summons. Let's go ahead and do the yellow room. So now I'm walking towards the yellow room. If I don't care about points, I'm just going to hold the button and sprint. Now I'm at the yellow room, so let me go ahead and start a mode. I'm going to get a mystery reward. That was why I had a purple light over there. So let's check out this mode. Flickering Flame. This is another really cool light show here. You're going to see all the shots are like a flame type shot. So once you've hit it once, it'll dim down, and you go ahead and hit it again. There we go, 2 of those. Then we need to hit these blue shots. Come on. Throwing the ball is quite challenging in this game because we got this wire form in the way. But relit the flames, so let's light them again. Or let's hit them again. There we go. There's another one out. So then we got to relight them. And then we got to do these 2. But do you see how the ball paths are totally different right now? That, instead of hitting a target, is now a scoop. Alright, replay. I think I beat the mode there. So I did enough of the flames to beat the mode. What else can I show? So that's just working through different rooms. Let's talk about, so down here, call spirits. If it's flashing green, what that'll do if you... what that'll do If you miss entirely, hit a post and drain, that's what that does. Alright. Not a bad ball 1! Not a bad ball 1. If you notice, all my drops are up. So, if this is flashing green and you hit it, it'll drop all the drops down. and then you can get back in there and lock a ball. So that's 2 balls locked. So let's go ahead and actually start a multi-ball, so that's a little more clear. The question is, how do you get this to be green? You hit one of these targets. Once you hit one of the idea is the instruments are used to call the spirits. So you hit an instrument to turn that green, then you hit the drops, then you hit that captive ball. It'll allow you to drop all 3 of those at once. Otherwise, you have to pick them away one at a time. All right, multi-ball. Okay, this is a very cool multi-ball. I do think there's currently... Nope, it's good. Okay. So, I want to hit blue shots. So, let's hit a blue shot. Remember, this is a multi-ball over here. There we go. Blue shot is a jackpot. There's another jackpot. And you do it until the red is lit. Once red is lit, you want to hit this far right shot. And it's going to go all the way back, which is a super jackpot shot. Then let's do another few... blue shots here. If you want to call spirits to get more jackpots, you hit that shot over there. Come on, just hit the spinner shot, which I can't even throw. There we go. There's another one, and then we got to get this up here. Ugh, come on, you can do it. There it is. And then we got to get that. Nope. Okay, one thing I did do though is I hit the playfield multiplier up there. I'm actually going to try to hit it again, because then it'll get to 3x. There we go. This is where all the points are. Let me hit that blue. All right, now I got my super jackpot lit on this far left lane. So let's hit some blue shots. Okay, I also, being that the playfield multiplier is going right now, I'm going to show that real quick. So I hit all my blue jackpots. So all these points are sitting there, and they're being collected. And then there's a point where I have to cash them all in. So let's actually hit this super jackpot. I think my throwing it is confusing it. There we go. That's where it went to the door behind and dropped down, which is a really cool shot. Now, shoot the spider web before it's too late. I got to hit that right shot to claim all my points. So I got all my points. Otherwise, if you never hit that right shot, you lose them all. So I'm still in a multi-ball. But it's a lot of that. It's a lot of hit jackpots, then focus on the red jackpots. The first time that tower fell down really was such a cool surprise. Another multi-ball we can work towards is if you move your flipper buttons, you can see O-P-E-N. You can see how those move. So let's keep where the P isn't lit. If I hit the left ramp, oh, guess what? It goes below the switch, so that won't work. So if you want to use one of the habit trails or the wire forms to light your switch, you got to hit the hard shot. We basically need to feed this, feed that to drop it down, and then hit that side ramp shot, which is quite hard to do. But it's a lot easier when you throw the ball, and then that'll roll over. So I have spelled open. Once you spell open, you're going to see these 2 outside shots are lit blue. You're going to hit one of those. The turntable is going to turn real quick, and it wants you to shoot a shot right up the middle. And that's how you start the basement of the wheelbarrow multi-ball. What's cool about this multi-ball is you got to focus on the spinner. The spinner is how you keep the pressure on the boiler down. So spinner lowers pressure. Red is how you keep the spirits away. So we got to use the blue light to relight it. So this is multi-ball. And then while I need to hit my spinner here. There we go. To lower the pressure. If you notice, there's a red dot here, and that red dot is trying to work its way all the way down here. So it's moving. It's going to keep working its way down to the basement. That's where I am. Unless I hit the red arrows. Oh, here's another red dot trying to work its way over. So that's what the red arrow's for. We gotta hit our red arrows to keep them from being from getting to us. And then you relight your spinner with the blue shot, and then you try to there you go, lower the pressure on the boiler. And you can keep doing this as long as you don't explode the boiler. So very unique thing of you gotta slow these down if any of the spirits ever get to you, the multi-ball ends, or if your boiler explodes. I have a super jackpot behind that tower. So very unique stuff, very unique multi-ball. I'm gonna go ahead and drain out of it. So I've shown you the Venetian dining room. I've shown you the kitchen. I've shown you Seance multiball. I've shown you Wheelbarrow multiball. Let me show you one more mode, one of my favorite mode in the game, and it's scary. So to do it right off the bat, you can go ahead and use your key to unlock the basement. So the basement is what we want to shoot for, and the basement's green, so we want to go up the green side. So green. There we go. I light all my arrows, so I'm starting to walk towards the basement. I can walk. I can build up my value of my mode here. But if you're worried about draining, just hold the button down and sprint. So now I'm at the basement. You see all my arrows back there. My stuff is green. One thing I haven't mentioned is the spinner right now is flashing. That is, you can increase your spirit energy. And that's what this meter is. That's how you build that up to work towards, I'm pretty sure that's your multiplier. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the mode. All right, warning, it's gonna get scary here. So, heads up. What I just did was I held down the button. So if you look at the playfield, there's some shots flashing red. Those are the shots you have to hit. So now over here, this is flashing red. So listen. So I'm trying to survive. Oh, now I have to hold the button down or else that spirit's gonna get me. So let's hit my red shot. So when you play this in a dark basement, it is so freaky. Now far right shot. There we go. Okay. Now there's my red shot, the one that I struggle with. Oh, hold down the button. So you'll be flailing with one hand right now. There we go. There's my red button. It lit one of my targets red, so it's the enunciator shot. So that just lit a third of my playfield. So I got to hit that again. It's going to light another shot for me. Hold the button. And then hit that other target. That lit another third of the playfield. And then we got to hit that again. Where's it going? Right here? Okay, it's going to scare me again. Just wait. It's going to scare me. Yep, push and hold the button. Boom. Let's hit that last one. And that's how you beat the mode. I've never beat the mode. But it's telling you, when you have it super dark and you are in the basement with the volume pumped, it's so nerve-wracking. Let's go to the dining room. Why not? So let's do red. Let me show you that one. The red, this is a really good one. I'm just going to sprint to it so we can start it. So here we go. This is such a good mode to illustrate how cool the turntable is. There's going to be one shot lit blue. So right now the turntable is going to feed it all the way to the back. Hang on, if I can throw the ball. There you go. Back and to the left. Now I got the spinner shot. The spinner is going to come back down at me, though. Come on, dude. This guy's in the way. This wire form. Carl. There we go. Now, same shot, but now it's a horseshoe. See how it came back at me that way? Same shot in the middle, which used to be a loop, is now another horseshoe. Same shot again, but it's a different horseshoe. And then the final shot right up the middle is a scoop. That is what is so cool about that turntable, is how you're basically hitting the same 3 shots, but they feel so incredibly different. Shown that. Let's go to Daisy's bedroom. So that's the purple one. That's another kind of creepy one. So I'm starting to work towards it. Let me push and hold the button so I sprint towards it. So let's go ahead and start the mode. Okay. This will light a shot. So you hit a shot. And then it's going to light another shot. So purple right up the middle. I got to hit it a little harder. There we go. Magnet grabbed it. So I just did one doll. So let's do another one. It's going to light another shot. That's a hard one. Got it. Light another one. Now the yellow doll's over there. I'm pretty sure I'm about to get an extra ball and start a spirit mode. Well, she's going to yell at me if I don't do it quick. Come on, Joel. There it is. This 13 mode is due to combos, so now there's like a yellow combo mode going. So there's my extra ball. If you pay attention up here, you'll see where you're at with 13 of the different things. So now I have a 30-second hurry up of just combo shots that are worth a lot of points. So that's what the yellow arrows are for. Let's get another doll here. Oh, it's up there, the upper loop. Nope, that ain't it. I think I only have 2 dolls left. So you would have to feed this and then hit it with the upper loop, but instead I started the playfield multiplier. There we go, got that doll. And there we go, I've collected all the dolls. But I got my spirit energy thing going right now. So this is where all my points right now that I'm earned, they're sitting there and I can't use any of them until I collect it. So there we go. So now this is where I have to hit that far right shot to collect my points or they're all gone. There we go, got them. Okay, what have I not shown? I haven't shown the help target. So let me go ahead and sprint to the next room, which is the Venetian dining room. I've already shown this mode, but just to illustrate the help target, what you're going to see here is I am going to basically hit the help target, and you're going to see a ghost running from the call room all the way down to where you are, and once it gets there, it gives you a shot. What a cool way to implement something like that. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's ridiculous. These are, I'm pretty sure these are because I had beat 3 modes. So they're over here and they're additional perks. I don't know. I don't know what else to show. Well, I think that's probably enough. I'm so sorry, Carl, if there's a feature I didn't show here, but this is just still early in the code. That's what's insane. The 13th, there'll be a mini wizard mode once you get through all 13 of the special things, but I see this like echoes, evade, question mark, skeleton keep. Don't know what any of those are yet. Then room-wise, the Venetian dining room I saw, you start in the foyer. The kitchen I showed. Twin dining rooms I showed. Basement I showed. That's the scary one. Daisy bedroom I showed. Seance room I did not show. That is a cool mode. But that's all that's in the game right now. Sarah's bedroom, Hall of Fires, South Conservatory, North Conservatory, Call Room, and Witch's Cap. Not in the game yet. Will be soon. So a ton of different modes. Hopefully I showed how different the different modes are. And then also just the control of how you can walk through the house and play the modes in whatever order you want. And Carl said points all depend on if you walk a longer path before you start your mode, the value of that mode's even higher. So apparently Carl right now is like basically walking all around before he starts a mode to just get a gazillion points. But hey, that's Carl. I don't know. I think I showed everything. I think I did. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But I will tell you, playing this game for the first time, not really knowing what I was doing and exploring it, the sound is amazing. It's just, there's so many surprise moments mechanically with things dropping and spinning and turning. It's just, the game evolves and changes. It's so dynamic while you play. Every mode feels so different than the one prior. And it's hard. It's hard and it's challenging. And my brother and I just absolutely had a blast playing it. So hopefully that wasn't rambling. All I will say is if you're in on one, you're lucky. You're lucky that you got one. I think you're going to love this game. Otherwise, hopefully everybody will have an opportunity to play one of these in a home environment where you can turn off the lights, crank the audio, and just get scared because it's so much fun. But hey, if I forgot anything, put it in the comments. Thank you so much for clicking on it. Hopefully you guys all have a chance to play a Winchester Mystery House. And come check us out live sometime. And yeah, really appreciate all the support. Like, follow, subscribe, all the things. Go give Carl some love, i.e. Pinball on Twitch. He designed this game. And fantastic job, Barrels of Fun, for giving a new designer a chance to do something amazing. So everybody else, have a great day. Bye.